Hello and welcome, and it's Maid time. Yep, we finished the last episode of the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You, with Mado zinging with our boy Rentaro. But she hasn't officially become his girlfriend yet, which leads us to the second date of the series. Yep, we haven't had a full-on date since Nano's, which was also before she dated Rentaro. Well, there's some group date events that have happened, but not between just Rentaro and one other girl. And the park they go to is not the same park in episode 9. The manga actually gave it a name here, Onibuzaki Park, which Google Translate tells me that comes out to Double Bloom. But I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate or not. Also, yes, May drives with her eyes closed. Kids, remember to drive with your eyes open. May is just unique like that. But it does make me wonder, how did she get her license? Oh well, the park is a worthy destination and it looks beautiful. They did a great job fleshing it out more than it appeared in the manga too, so once again, excellent work by Berry Studios. Now, the main point of this date is Rentaro is trying to get May to make a decision for herself. May is someone with no self-agency. Her entire existence is to serve Hahari. If Hahari told her to find the One Piece, she'd do it. But she does like Rentaro, and Hahari has lent her services to him for the day so they can go on a date. Rentaro doesn't want to just order her around and have her please him all day, so he instead tries various methods in order to get her to stop being so obedient. And hey, the meal she cooked looks really good. It's even got some sakura blossoms in it.
How adorable!
But deeper into their date, Rentaro's finding it difficult to get May to make her own decisions. Also, there is a glimpse of May turning into a dog in the previous episode, but it wasn't in the manga at that point. And yes, May is very much like a puppy, just like how Karne is very cat-like. Which is so cute. Aww. But Rentaro realizes he's just playing fetch with her if he's making these simple demands. I really like how he realizes a power imbalance going on. Like if Rentaro was a real scumbag, this would take a much darker turn. It honestly reminds me of that Kaguya-sama episode where Miyuki gets in bed with her and wonders pretty much the exact same thing. That's how you know they're both good guys. We get the beginnings of a flashback into May's past as to why she's like this, as to why she doesn't have any self-worth. So realizing what she's really like, Rentaro comes up with the ultimate idea of having her not do anything for him. Just by being in the same area, she's helping her boy out. She goes as far as driving back to the Hanazono mansion. And I like how Hahari and Hakari are just sitting around with their plushies. I wonder what they're talking about. Anyway, just by existing, she's proving her worth to Rentaro, thereby meaning she can't fulfill his order. As long as she lives, she will always be helping out Rentaro, just by being there. Her entire existence is worthy in the eyes of him and Hahari too. They both refuse to believe that her life is anything but special, since they love her, and she loves Rentaro too, as they agree to start dating. Which leads us back to the rooftop, and in typical Rentaro fashion, he still introduces May to the rest of the family in a similar method as how he's usually done it so far. All nervous while Karne and Nano were waiting for it to happen anyway. And hey, what better way to celebrate a maid being added to the family than having Rentaro's family dress up in maid outfits, and good lord, Hahari. Man, I hope she saves that for later. I love how Karne isn't keen on the idea until Rentaro says how cute it'd be, and immediately folds. Now, we can't just have an entire chapter where everyone plays maid. We pretty much had that in the first part of the episode. So instead, that leads us into the soaked maid battle. The rules are simple. Get wet and you're out. Win and you get to utterly smother your boyfriend. Win-win for some of them, really. And I gotta be honest, this is one of my favorite chapters in the manga. I like how Shizuka even says that it's almost like it's become a different genre. Some of the girlfriends are just more adept at combat than others. And one of my favorite tropes in anime and manga is the killer maid. The maids who are not just skilled at their jobs, but skilled in other matters. Once again, please watch Akiba Maid War. Though here the losers are just given fan service shots of them soaking in their maid outfits. Now, if you really want to keep track of who tagged who, Kusuri tagged Karne, Nano shot Kusuri, Hahari through quick reflexes and thinking eliminated Kurumi, Shizuka got Nano and herself out, Hahari took herself out.
I've been waiting for this!
Maid avenged her master by soaking her daughter, and by being wet, therefore Hahari took out Maid, leading to the total shown here. However, be sure to add 1 for everyone's total, as they all collectively got Rentaro wet too. And damn, equal fan service for everyone. But they all get to claim their rewards, especially Maid, who has her first kiss with Rentaro. And the love god actually appeared. This is in the manga too, and he hasn't appeared proper in an episode himself since the first one. Though he is right. The narrator made the most obvious joke he could make about the Hanazonos, which is pretty accurate. And hey, the ED actually added Maid to it since she is the 8th girlfriend of this series. And interesting to point out that she really wasn't part of the marketing at all. Byberry released a trailer for every new girlfriend except her. It's just like how in season 1 when they kept Hahari a secret until her reveal. In fact, some of the previous chapters adapted did have Maid in them, but they took her out in a few scenes to keep the mystery building. However, compared to Hahari's reveal, May's zing came much earlier in season 2. And I should finally properly introduce her, as we now can say we have a new character, Maido. Though like how I mentioned in the last video, she was added in season 1 technically. She's voiced by Suzuko Mimori, who's actually done a lot of voices including Nanami Momozono from Kami-sama Kiss, Umi Sonoda from Love Live, Gamma from The Eminence in Shadow, and a lot of different magical girl roles too. I also want to shout out she voiced Kafka and Michael from Alchemy Stars, since that was one of my favorite gacha games and it unfortunately just shut down. Kinda sad about it, not gonna lie. But this episode fortunately doesn't end here, as we actually get a post-credit scene. And this is a scene that I was alluding to in the last video that I was hoping we'd get to see, since it really does flesh out more of Hahari and May's past. Maid, without a doubt, has the worst parents in all of 100 Girlfriends. They owed money to mobsters and abandoned their own daughter for death. And how brutal is it to see that when Hahari rescued her in that blizzard, she was found in a forest of all places. Like she probably wandered out there to die. And sure, Hahari wanted to rescue her because she thought she was cute, but it's not like she would have ignored her if she wasn't. Hahari truly cares about other people. Heck, she's such a great employer because she prioritizes her staff over herself. Nice subtle character detail to Hahari there. What a great boss. This episode did miss a few extra panels from the manga, but otherwise, this was exactly what I was hoping for with both the Maid 8 and the Maid battle. And if you're following along with the manga, this episode fully adapted chapters 31 and 32. We're 4 episodes into the second season at this point. How is it holding up to your expectations? Also, if I can geek out for a bit, I'm so glad May's finally joined the family now, since I am a huge fan of May. She's my favorite girlfriend we'll be getting in season 2, and I can't wait to see how she interacts with the rest of the family moving forward. And what do you think of this whole anime season since we're about a month in? Which other shows have you been watching too? Next episode might be delayed a bit since I have a Super Bowl to watch and be disappointed with, but the episode will still come out as soon as I'm able to publish it. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on more 100 Girlfriends and other anime content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.